Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we're taking a look at The Killing Antidote. The Killing Antidote is a survival horror game, much in the vein of the remakes of Resident Evil, where you have over-the-shoulder gunslinging. It also features a lot of dress-up and puzzle solving and really sort of puzzly maps as well. Let's just address the rather shapely elephant in the room. Yes, the protagonist is sexy and you can dress her up in her smalls, and I appreciate that very much. There is a lot of customization you can do to her by giving her, amending her body shape, shall we say. Makeup, what she's wearing, hairstyles, all of that. It's great because, like, here's the thing. Here's why I don't believe in representation, right? It's like, I shouldn't like this game because I'm not an attractive Chinese woman. That's the argument, which is complete bollocks. I'd rather play a game as an attractive Chinese woman than I would as a representation of myself, because I wouldn't find it as fun watching a bold, fat, middle-aged man running about the place. I'm just saying. So, fuck off with that. The game itself does feel like a hodgepodge of a lot of different other games that you've played. There's a lot of things you'll see that you're like, oh, it's like this, it's like that. But it is put together in a pretty surprisingly good package. Now, it's done by a Chinese studio called Metal Star Studio. All of the voices in it are in Chinese. They are, of course, subtitled though, so you will know what the fuck is going on. And it is approximately £25 on Steam and has currently very positive reviews across the board. And deservedly so. It is done really well for, like, it's an early access game, so it's not feature complete yet. There are, like, levels you can't get to, but there is still a good amount of content here. The shooting in it is pretty good, actually. I was surprised. I thought it would be, shovelware, asset flip level. It's not. It's much better than that. Is it like as good as the Resi games? I don't think, not quite, but it still feels good, and I have no problems with it at all. There are a few issues with the game though. I think it does need a map, because the installation you're running about is quite labyrinthine, and often running around in circles trying to work out where the fuck do I go now. Now, I think that's more of a symptom of me getting used to modern games, where I've always got an objective marker to run at, rather than just having to figure the fuck out myself, but whatever. There are a few visual anomalies as well, not necessarily with the quality or glitches or anything like that, but you will have instances where you have scientists in lab coats that, for some reason, are wearing a security guard's hat. I guess they have like a side gig or something. I don't know. The main character, Jodie, is a reporter, but is seemingly well-versed in pretty much all elements of combat. So she's obviously reported some heavy shit before, I guess, would be the justification of that. There is a story going on, but it's mostly made up of voice logs that you can find in the Institute and details what happened there, rather than, Jodie's story. It's just like, yeah, she's just gone there and having to deal with this shit is basically the thing for her. The enemies are quite varied. You get several different types of zombie. This is, again, where the game takes inspiration, shall we say, from other games, with some representatives from Left 4 Dead in here, particularly the Wailer, I think she was, the witch, I think it is. Sorry, I haven't played Left 4 Dead in ages. Where you hear the crying, and then you'd find her on the floor, and then she just goes spam on you, and be very difficult to kill. Yep, she's here. The regular zombies are well done though. There is dismemberment functions on them. Obviously you can take off their heads with a good headshot or an axe. You do have melee weapons in the game. Those you start out with. They're not very good, but they're useful in a pinch. You get an axe and a knife. The knife is used more as a defensive weapon, like in the Resident Evil games, where you'd stick them in the face to get out of a grab, stuff like that. and you can pick them back up again. The zombies themselves will drop ammo and stuff like that. They are used quite well as well. So you'll be in a hallway, for instance, and you'll hear pounding on a door, and you'll be like, uh-oh. And they'll burst through the door, and you're like, well, this is okay, because they're funneling down this hallway at me, and I can just pick them off as they come at me, no problems. Headshot, headshot, headshot. And then you'll hear a banging from behind you. And all of a sudden, you've got zombies coming at you from both directions. It's a little cheap, but I appreciate it, because the regular zombies aren't a threat if they're not in big groups. They really aren't. And it does play... one of the weird things that I will say I love about this game is the doors. How weird is that? I'm praising a game because of its doors. But no, like when you go through like a door in most games and there's an enemy behind the door and he gets a cheap ass swipe on you, despite there being a door between you, right? How many AAA games have you seen that happen in? Like tons. In this, no. I come through a door, there's one behind the door, he takes a swipe at me, he hits the door, not me. Thank you very much appreciated. And when they break through the doors, it's the same thing. The doors are a physical presence, they didn't just go destroy and then you can come through. No, like if it's in a corridor, it'll go up against the wall, so it's like a slope, and he'll walk up the door and then off of it to get to you. So just little things like that I really appreciate. It makes it... All the little sort of extra bits you get in this game make it an easy recommendation, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm a thirsty boy, so the dress up thing helps. You will pick up clothing items and shoes and stuff like that throughout the game. There'll be boxes that you can find. You pick them up. Generally speaking, you'll put it on, and then when you hit a stash box, like in Resident Evil again, it will save the clothes to your wardrobe at home, and you can go there and you can set out your outfit as you want it. So it's a nice little sort of extra piece to keep going, if you like. So, you're always like, oh, a new piece of clothing, cool. Because, why wouldn't I like an attractive Chinese lady that can dress up how I like? And it does have Steam Workshop support, and there are men of good taste doing the Lord's work there, I will tell you. So, good job, fellas. I think this will keep me open. Keep me overflowing in dressing up attractive women until Inzoi comes out. So it scratches that itch for me as well. But I mean, as a game, it's very good. I mean, there are a limited amount of weapons, but all the weapons in it do very well. You have a pistol, revolver, shotgun, submachine gun, and machine gun, or assault rifle, I probably should say, and a bow. And they're all well done. The pistol you'll be using a lot in the early games. The ammo for it is plentiful. Once you start using it, you'll probably never run out of ammo. You can find them in cupboards and drawers and shit like that, but you will also have drops from zombies, so that's good. The bosses are a bit of a difficulty spike, with several of them being able to one-shot you pretty much, so just watch out for that. I mean, generally speaking, you won't be taking a lot of damage unless you get ganged up on or cornered by a mass of zombies. But outside of that, yeah, the bosses are a bit of a headache, and it can go from feeling like Resident Evil to feeling like Dark Souls sometimes. But the game is janky enough that you can work out ways to cheese them. Let's put it that way. But overall, for £25, you get a good amount of content. There's side activities as well for you to do, like horde modes and training and shit like that. So you can do that. That will also get you extra stuff. Strangely enough, you can carry weapons from those into the main game, which seems a bit broken. But there you are. It does do a very good job of, the levels, while labyrinthine, are well put together. So, for instance, there's a puzzle, which I'm not sure you'll see in the footage. It is in my footage somewhere. I don't know if you'll see it. But you break a wall open, and it gets you in an area you can get into, where it's got a lot of stuff in it. So, oh, cool, brilliant. How the hell do I get in there? Because, the wall that I've broken open is, in, a chasm, right? And then you look, and there's these things on the walls that you can jump into. Of course, I'm like, oh, well, that's well done. I like that, because, there's a little bit of sort of lateral thinking going on. But of course, being, me and terrible at platforming, I died on the first jump. So, Yay. But for anyone that is actually competent at doing pretty much anything, you'll probably be okay. So I would highly recommend the game for 25 quid. It's a good time. It has the extra allure, shall we say, of being able to dress Jodie up and, make her tits bigger. Yay. One thing that did surprise me is the amount of detail they put, because as you go on and you get a bit roughed up and stuff, your clothes will start taking damage. You remember, like in some of the Mortal Kombats? I can't remember exactly which ones. I know they've toned it down because they have this absolute phobia about showing flesh anymore. Ugh, I don't know. But, yeah, she'll get dirty and, she'll get scratches on her. She gets more fussed up and her clothes will degrade and she'll start sweating. And we see the sweat on her. And they've actually put in showers, so you can actually go to a shower and clean up. None of the, none of the clothing or outfits or anything like that have any effect on stats. It is just purely cosmetic, and it is very much appreciated. So that is my review of The Killing Antidote. It's a little bit janky. It is in early access, so it's not feature complete. It is £25, and you will have a good time with it if you enjoy zombie shooting and skimpy outfits, which I do. Yay me. Anyway, guys, that's it for this week. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.